Queen Elizabeth, also known as the Virgin Queen, was the daughter of King Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn. She ascended the throne in 1558 and reigned for 45 years, marking a golden age in the English history, culture, and literature. Known for her intelligence, political acumen, and unwavering dedication to her nation, Queen Elizabeth presided over the English Renaissance, fostering an environment that celebrated artistic and intellectual pursuits. Her patronage of the arts played a crucial role in the flourishing of the English literature during her reign, supporting writers and playwrights such as William Shakespeare, Christopher Marlowe, and Edmund Spenser. She inspired numerous literary works, with Spenser famously dedicating The Fairy Queen to her. Beyond her direct support, Elizabeth's reign provided a stable and prosperous environment that allowed literature to thrive. The themes of love, power, and human ambition explored in the period's drama and poetry often reflected the grandeur and complexities of her court. Her speeches and letters also demonstrated her own rhetorical brilliance, influencing the style and tone of contemporary prose. By championing the vernacular and encouraging artistic innovation, Queen Elizabeth established herself not only as a political icon but also as a pivotal figure in the evolution of English literature.
Hello everyone, how are you doing? Today we are jumping back to the 16th century where there is an age of discovery, drama and doublets. How about let's discover about the golden age of the era of the Elizabethan era of literature. Elizabethan era was part of the English Renaissance. People embraced art, science, and also humanism. Think of it as a cultural glow-up.
The Renaissance profoundly influenced Elizabethan literature by introducing humanism, individualism, and a revival of classic learning from ancient Greece and Rome. These ideas inspired writers like William Shakespeare, Christopher Marlowe, and Edmund Spenser to explore human nature, moral dilemmas, and the complexities of the human mind through innovative language and themes. Shakespeare's Hamlet exemplifies Renaissance ideals, with its introspective protagonist grappling with existential questions, moralities, and the human condition. Similarly, works like The Fairy Queen by Spenser celebrated Elizabethan virtues while blending mythology and allegory. The invention of the printing press further amplified these influences by increasing access to books and literacy, which spread Renaissance ideas to a wider audience. This fusion of intellectual energy and creative innovation cemented the Renaissance legacy in Elizabethan literature.
Thrive. We had comedies, tragedies, and historical plays performed for royalties and the common folk. The Globe Theatre became the place to be.
The Elizabethan era was a golden age for theatre, with the Globe Theatre playing a central role in popularizing plays like William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. The open-air circular structure of the Globe allowed audiences from all social classes to enjoy performances, with the wealthy seated in the galleries and commoners, or groundlings, standing near the stage. Plays were performed in the afternoon using elaborate costumes and vivid language, as there were very minimal props or sets. Acting companies, such as the Lord Chamberlain's Band, brought Shakespeare's work to life, with men and boys playing all roles, including female characters. Romeo and Juliet, a tragic love story exploring themes of passion, family conflict, and fate, captivated audiences with its poetic language and dramatic tension. The Globe's lively atmosphere encouraged audiences' interaction, and its innovative stage design, featuring trapdoors and celestial effects, which enhanced performance. This cultural vibrancy cemented the Globe and Shakespeare's work as icons of Elizabethan entertainment.
Language blossomed with metaphors, soliloquies, and rich imagery. Poets and playwrights moved words used to heart and minds.
The Elizabethan era during the Queen Elizabeth's reign is often regarded as the golden age of English literature. Marked by the flourishing of language and poetry, this period saw the English language evolve into a rich, expressive medium capable of articulating profound ideas and emotions. Driven by inventive vocabulary, the incorporation of classical references, and a focus on vivid imagery and metaphor. Structured forms such as iambic pentameter became dominant, lending a musical yet conversational quality to the verse, while poets explored universal themes like love, beauty, time, death, and the human condition with emotional depth and intellectual reflection. One of the era's most significant contributions was the development of the sonnet, a 14-line poetic form originally inspired by Italian masters like Petrarch, but transformed into a distinctly English art form by poets such as Sir Thomas Wyatt and Henry Howard. The Shakespearean sonnet, divided into 3 quatrains and a final rhyming couplet with a rhyme scheme of ABAB, CD, EF, GG, became a hallmark of Elizabethan poetry, with themes of unattainable beauty, love, and immortality central to the form. Edmund Spenser introduced the Spenserian sonnet with its interlocking rhyme scheme, while William Shakespeare elevated the genre with his 154 sonnets exploring complex themes of love, time, and identity, such as in Sonnet 18. Shall I compare thee to summer's day, which celebrates the power of poetry to immortalize beauty.
My plays are timeless, my words are divine. You quote me daily, so give me my shine.
Blank verse I studied first. Without me, will you play a curse?
To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing and them to die, to sleep no more, and by sleep to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks. That flesh is ear to, 'tis a consummation, devoutly to be wished, to die, to sleep, perchance to dream. There's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come, when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of displeased love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes, when he himself might his quietus make with a bare bodkin, who would fardels bear to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler returns, puzzles the will, and makes us rather bear those ills we have, than fly to others that we know not of. Thus, conscious doth make cowards of us all, and thus the native hue of resolution is sick light o'er with a pale cast of thought, an enterprise of great pith and moment. With this regard, the occurrence turn awry, and lose the name of action.
William Shakespeare, often called the Bard of Avon, is one of the most famous figures of the Elizabethan era. He was born in 1564 and passed away in 1616, leaving behind a lasting impact on English literature and theatre. The Elizabethan era, named after Queen Elizabeth I, was a time of great cultural growth, and Shakespeare's work perfectly represented the creativity of this period. His ability to create relatable characters, explore universal themes, and use beautiful language has made his works timeless. Shakespeare changed how stories were told by creating characters who felt real and explored deep questions about life. His plays deal with themes like love, power, jealousy, and ambition. For example, Hamlet looks at questions about life and death, Othello shows harmless effect of jealousy, and Macbeth explores how ambition can destroy a person. These stories remain powerful because they connect with audiences on an emotional level. Shakespeare was skilled in writing different types of plays. His tragedies like Macbeth, King Lear, and Romeo and Juliet explore serious topics and emotions. His comedies, such as A Midsummer Night's Dream and Twelfth Night, are funny and lighthearted, often involving mistaken identities and happy endings. He also wrote history plays like Henry V and Richard III, which told stories about England's past and struggles of kings and leaders. These plays were enjoyed by people from all levels of society, showing how well Shakespeare understood his audience. In addition to his plays, Shakespeare wrote 154 sonnets, which are short poems. These poems talk about love, beauty, time, and the meaning of life. He wrote in a way that was both personal and universal, which is why his sonnets are still read and admired today. The Elizabethan era was a time when theatre was popular, and Shakespeare's plays were performed in places like Globe Theatre in London. The theatre was open to everyone from nobles to common people, which helped make his work widely known. His plays reflected the world around him, including the political issues of the time, the fascination of love and identity, and even the era's interest in supernatural ideas, as seen in plays like Macbeth and The Tempest. Shakespeare also had a huge impact on the English language. He created over 1,700 new words and phrases that we still use today, such as break the ice and wild goose chase. His creativity with language has influenced how we speak and write over 400 years. In summary, Shakespeare's influence on literature, language, and drama is unmatched. His works reflected the world of the Elizabethan era and helped shape it. Even today, his plays and poems continue to inspire and entertain people all over the world. Shakespeare's ability to tell powerful stories about love, ambition, and human nature has made him one of the greatest writers in history.
Symbolism is pretty much used in Hamlet by William Shakespeare. For example, the ghost, which symbolizes the unresolved past and the moral ambiguity of revenge. The next one would be the play within a play, the mousetrap, which represents the search for truth as Hamlet used it to catch the conscience of the king. And the last one will be Ophelia's flower. When Ophelia distributes the flower in her madness, each flower symbolizes a trait, For example, rosemary, which is for remembrance, while reflecting the state and court of a mind.
Fame and fury drama. Let's dive into the golden age of English literature. Globe Theatre was burned down during a performance of Henry VIII in 1630. They were using a real cannon fire.
I reign, I ensure England thrive. Fashion, divine. Literature, exceptional. And no, I didn't have time for a husband.
Literary laws detected fashion. Only royalty could wear purple, and peasants stick to wool.
Plays had no women actors. All roles were played by men, even Juliet.
And that's the Elizabethan era, an age of brilliance, creativity, and drama that shaped literature as we know it.
Parting is such sweet sorrow, but fret not, for the bard's works lives on.
Thank you everyone for watching. See you in the next literary adventure.